The Hunger Games are back. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. I just got home from seeing Hunger Games Battle of the Songbirds and Snakes, and I have a lot to talk about. But real quick, before we dive in, if you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, letting me know that you enjoy the content that I put out here, and consider hitting that bell so you do not miss a single upload. Kind of just get into it. There's a lot on my mind, and I'm ready to talk about it. Let's go. So the main plot of this movie revolves around Cornelius Snow as he grows up, and you kind of get to see things from his perspective. You get to see how he sees the capital as his home. You get to see how they see the other districts. And most importantly, you get to see him along his journey to become the person that we know in the movies with Katniss. You get to see how he becomes that man. This, of course, happens through Lucy Gray, a tribute who he is assigned to in order to kind of get money, and then it definitely becomes more than that throughout the story. And he kind of shifts from being the bad guy for a little bit, not for long, and that's more what I'm gonna get into right now. Probably my favorite part of this movie is this movie takes place 10 years after the Hunger Games first ever started, right? This is like when the war ended. And to me, I watched this and you just see how much damage the war has done, but also what the capital has gone through to make it end. And you see the rough edges at very specific moments. One that I kind of just really remember is Snow is eating his lunch, and there's it's not even that highly sophisticated food that we see them eating in say the Katniss era. And that's what I'm gonna refer to that. I'm gonna refer to that as the Katniss Everdeen era. Okay, now at this point in time, there's not a lot of food. I mean, people all in the districts are starving. And just to see the effects that war had, there's even an opening scene in this movie where it's young Cornelius Snow and his cousin or sister, and they're just trying to survive. They run into a stray dog, and it's terrifying. It's straight up terrifying to see what happened during the war. Probably the biggest thing you should know going into this is that this is very much Snow's movie. Don't go into this thinking, oh, this is a Lucy Gray movie. No. This is told from the point of view of Cornelius Snow. And one thing that really caught my eye is that at the very end of this, they almost portray Lucy as she's the one betraying him. And that's a really interesting way that they decided to film that and just, I don't know, go about telling the story. In actuality, she's not doing anything wrong. She's getting away from the problem, which is Cornelius Snow. So I just think it's cool that they really show this movie in his light. What is it like seeing things from his point of view, from Snow's point of view, someone who was raised in the capital? I also really like the design of the arena in this game. It was very simplistic, and then I believe right before it happens, it gets bombed. So that makes it a lot more interesting and just gives it that war element, which definitely added to the movie for me. Love Rachel Zegler, I think I'm pronouncing that right, as Lucy Gray in this movie. I didn't know too much about the accent until I was actually watching the movie with her. She has a great accent. She also just plays such a different character than we're used to in this universe. Everyone is usually so bitter, and so just even Katniss has her moments where she's very standoffish. Lucy Gray is not like that at all, and it's kind of just a fresh take on a different kind of character that I definitely enjoyed. And I definitely enjoyed her towards the end of this movie, where she kind of picks up on little hints that Cornelius Snow may not be the great man that she thought he was. Just want to kind of quick touch on why one of the things that I thought about while I was watching this movie was, man, the way that that this is told through Snow's eyes quite literally makes me want to go back and watch the other 4 Hunger Games movies, the Katniss era ones, just to see because those movies are seen through Katniss's eyes. Those are seen through the district's eyes. So I would love to see oh hey maybe I'm, you know, what is it really like? What is the capital C? And that just, to me, that's the biggest thing that this movie brings to the table, is that it really gets you to see, like, wow, it's not like you just like see all these bad things happening. Like, it almost makes you like see, like, tries to make you think that the capital is good in some ways. Easily one of my favorite characters in this movie, Dr. Gall, played by Viola Davis. She just gives me the creepy, like, hardcore factor in this movie. She's like designing the Jabberjays, she's designing just all these weird creatures, and let me tell you, I love her little like blue eye thing. And especially there's a point in this movie when she makes like an announcement, and it's still about that public image, and she very much is like part of it, and I just love that character and how corrupt and how she believes she is doing the right thing. I do want to quickly talk about some of the other tributes, not like specifically, just in general, because you really get to see like how long and just who these people are in the arena. A lot of them don't want to die. A lot of them are scared. You see a lot more of that in this movie too. You don't see as many, like, you know, in like the Hunger Games, like the Katniss era. Well, you get to see a lot more people like in that era, like fighting back, right? Well, here, it's a lot more hiding. There's definitely a lot more hiding because it's the very like near the beginning of when the Hunger Games started. So I just think that's very interesting. And I love seeing all the different tributes and just seeing that like early, like they kind of give it like a, I don't want to say steampunk vibe, but like definitely like kind of classic, like Hunger Games era with like the old retro TVs and just the way that everything is, it's very like proper and formal and like definitely like a little bit older. And I don't know, I really like it. Finally, I just want to say that this movie makes me want to see, I would watch a show just based off of different Hunger Games that there were throughout that history, because seeing how different this one was from the 75th, I mean, I would love to see like maybe like Haymitch's Hunger Games, and I would love to see those things on screen just to see the arena and to see how things evolved over time. That's just me personally though, because I love the Hunger Games series and what it does. But yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts on the Hunger Games Ballad of the Songbirds Snakes are. Are you gonna go see it this weekend? Are you gonna pass on it? I will say, I do highly recommend that you guys go see it. Just because if you are a fan of the Hunger Games, this will definitely give you like fresh perspective. And it definitely gave me that. So yeah, again, just let me know what you guys all thought about the new Hunger Games movie and kind of just where this is gonna go in your Hunger Games ranking. Until next time, guys, peace.